Yeah, it looks like it's sparkling. Once you get the golden watering can, it fills up to like
The sparkle.
6, I think, in a radius.
No, it's a grid of 3x3 in front of you.
A grid of 3x3 in front of you. Okay. And depending how far on top of something you are, you can get that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looks like you got them all.
Is my feed showing up?
Yes, yours was when I last
Okay.
checked, but let me double check on the sound real quick. Because that's the bane of our existence.
Yep.
Okay, our feeds are coming in. Diego's playing right now, so
Cool,
for those who are like not sure what they're looking at here.
I keep thinking that
Diego's playing.
AK is Arkansas, but that's Alaska, isn't it? Or is Alaska AL?
I don't know. It's been so long. Alaska. Dio, the abbreviations for Alaska?
AK.
It is AK?
What's
What's
Arkansas?
Arkansas? AR?
Or
AS, maybe? No, that's Arizona. No, there's no S in Arizona.
No, that's AZ.
Yeah, it's AZ.
What is...
Oh, I don't even have pumpkins yet.
I don't hear audio from the game in the stream.
Really? I heard it. I heard it, when I checked for a second. It's very faint right now because Diego's not, he's on the
okay.
menu. It's AK, yeah. For Alaska. So it's Arkansas. What do you call it? Abbreviation?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I found it.
AR. Alabama.
AR, okay.
I wish I could put this alphabetically. Oh, it is alphabetically, okay. Alabama, AL. Alaska, AK. American Samoa, which I forgot. That's part of the territories. AS. Arizona's AZ, and Arkansas's AR. California's CA, which I continuously confuse with Canada's.
Canada, because, like, I always see, like, Amazon.ca.
Like, oh, California?
Okay.
Oh, yes, you.
Wow, I heard it from here.
He said he heard it from there. From my earbud. I know Puerto Rico's PR, Pennsylvania's PA. Is there any states with just one? Like...
I don't think so.
Or not one, sorry. You know how there's several P starting areas, and there's several S starting areas, that kind of thing? Is there any with just one
There's
letter?
a lot of... No, I know there isn't. For sure.
Louisiana? Louisiana might be the only L.
That's LA, isn't it?
Oh, no, sorry. I think I'm not saying it right. What I meant is, like, it's the only state with an L. So it's the only one under LA, or L, alphabetically.
I think it would be, like, super confusing if there are some states with one letter and states
That's
with...
what I mean. No, they all have 2 letters in their, for the abbreviation. But what I mean is, Louisiana is the only L that we have, so there's no other L starting names.
Yes.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure, because I know, obviously, you have shit tons of A's, C's,
N's for new, whatever.
Yeah. M's like crazy. M's are the ones that get mixed up. So Maine is ME, Maryland is MD, Massachusetts
Uh,
is MA.
yeah, Minnesota's MS. No, that's or is that Mississippi?
Mississippi. I think they own the
Oh,
S.
Michigan is MI.
Yeah, Michigan is MI. Minnesota's MN. Which I thought would be Montana, but whatever. Montana's MT,
MT.
yeah. MO is Missouri. There is a lot of M states.
I'm so unused to playing without sound. I was searching for a list on Spotify.
For some reason, sometimes I forget West Virginia is a state. It just isn't something that comes up on the radar as far as like news goes. And there's no East Virginia, right?
Nope, it's just Virginia and West Virginia.
Let me see. South Dakota, South Carolina. I know there's a North and South Dakota. Oh, there's North Dakota and North Carolina. Wow, man. Wisconsin. Yeah, there's just some states that are totally flying under the radar. They do not have, like, news at all. I think I only know about Tennessee because it's usually the cliche. Like,
TN.
yeah.
What's Kentucky, like KT?
Kentucky.
No,
KY.
not KN. KY. Jelly.
Yeah. That's where it started, I'm sure. Okay.
I'm sure we're the very first ones to make
Yeah.
that joke ever.
Especially everyone living in Kentucky. What's another state that doesn't have a lot of... I'm going to exclude territories, because even territories have a lot of ground. Like, I still hear about Guam. American Samoa, not so much.
Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico
I
we
think.
hear a lot about, mainly because people just don't understand that it's part of the U.S. We don't hear a lot about Rhode Island. I mean, I've heard stories and stuff with people referencing Rhode Island.
I know they have like the longest name, technically. Rhode Island. The fish, like the official government name of Rhode Island is actually super
Oh,
long.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was say, isn't it Massachusetts? What's this? Northern Mariana IS? Another
I
territory?
want to. Is that like to the left of California?
Oh, islands.
No.
So Northern Mariana Islands.
Is that to the left of California?
U.S. Commonwealth
Is my
in
guess.
the Pacific Ocean. Saipan, the largest island, is known for its sandy shores. Okay, where are you though? Map.
Yo, Eric just sent me an authentic, informative statue. Yo.
Oh, nice.
Or the Rosetta Stone. He sent me an authentic Rosetta Stone.
That's not... Oh, wait, these are the Ariana Islands. It's above Australia, Indonesia area.
Alright, so my guess was... I bet we got that in, like, World War II.
Yeah, because it's... Guam is in that area, but they don't count Guam in it. That Northern Mariana Islands. So, it's a part of the same chain of islands, but Guam is considered itself versus the Northern Mariana Islands are a bunch of
That's
small
great,
ones.
because I also just learned where Guam is.
Yeah. Guam, I keep forgetting. I remember that being like Pacific, but I never remember how far out. Wow, there's a lot of them. It's a bunch of small islands, but there's Saipan. I've heard of Saipan.
Like the King of Saipan?
Yeah,
Is...
I guess it's technically part of the Filipino like area, so maybe. Is it? Wait, am I just? I know it's above Indonesia. I'm confusing myself. It always amazes me how much people fit on an island.
Okay, I just put a magnetic knife rack by a bathtub. Like, I'm not trying to go psycho here, but,
I've been trying to find you the rest of those pieces, Diego, for the mammoth. And whenever I decode or assess the fossils, but haven't seen it.
Do I need
Oh,
them?
what's it called? Is it just...
Huh?
It's not mammoth, obviously.
Oh, well, that's the mammoth, so I thought you were collecting it, so. No? Okay.
No, I just want it to look like he's coming through the wall.
Yeah, which it does. Maryland is another one I don't hear a lot of news coming out of.
Well, I mean, because most things out of Maryland is just the that's where DC is. It's like in Maryland.
Right. Yeah. So I imagine people who primarily work in DC that aren't strictly government probably has housing in Maryland. Because DC is still pretty
Well, I
large.
mean, that's the thing with the East Coast. You can live technically 4 states away and just have like a normal commute.
Yeah, like it still boggles me that not everyone who like works in New York lives in New York. Like,
Nope.
It's some come from Pennsylvania and all that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how large California is. Like, California is a fucking huge state. Like, we have the terrain and ecosystem. I don't know. I'm saying these words wrong, but we have like such a varied terrain and like wildlife between up to 3 different states because of how long we are.
Yeah.
Because obviously Northern California is very much like Oregon.
Yes.
And like Southern's obviously more desert-like.
Mm-hmm.
And Central or Middle California is like fishermen.
Yeah,
parks?
like
It's
the
kind of weird, that one.
The population of Ridgefield is the size of like Arcadia High School.
Yeah.
So, like it, I didn't know it growing up that like where we grew up was not a small town. But to me, it was a small town because I equated small towns with like no skyscrapers, you know, like because whenever you see like cartoons and like all that, they're like, oh, we live in the city and there's always skyscrapers. So I always think like, oh, LA, that's a big city, but here, I guess what I was trying to, it's like the suburbs, you know, not a big city.
The other thing I'm always boggled by is how I thought like Washington DC was, for a long time, I thought it was just like a capital that is just like a city almost, not like its own little individual state.
I did, as a kid, I did think that Washington D.C. was in the state of Washington.
Yeah, same, because that made sense in my mind too. And
like what, and a lot of people don't say the D.C. part. You know, it's implied at this point. So they're just like, oh, up in Washington, this and this is happening. So it's just like, oh, Washington State, got it.
how do they have it, Washington? I know it's the District of Columbia, but what does that mean?
I know this state is named Washington because it's a homage to, you know, George Washington. I don't know why the District of Columbia is named Washington District of Columbia.
Classical names. I do want to visit because it's like the hub of America as far as like culture goes, or old culture at least. Because as far as like New York and California have a different type of culture of America too.
Americana, definitely.
Yeah. Like it branches out, but like old America is very much in DC.
I have so much respect for people that are just like that, and it's not like they help it, but they're like, they were born in like New York and like it's their stomping grounds, and it's just like, I'm like, that is just such a huge place, like all the boroughs and like the different islands.
Like anytime I play a game that has New York as the place, it still boggles me that most of the time we're only playing in New York, which I thought was New York, you know, for a long time.
Yeah.
And
it's just like, this is a...
Like, what was it? I was playing the demo for... I have the game, but I haven't played it. Division 2, which takes place in Washington, D.C.
Right, it does,
and when I was capturing footage for it, I was running around, I was like, this is all in the same place. My mind was being blown. I was like, these monuments are all in the same place, for one. I didn't know. Second, I didn't realize certain buildings were not other buildings. Like, the United States Capitol is not like part of the White House in any way or form. They're separate buildings.
Nope.
Those things are like
Yes.
boggling to me. Lincoln Memorial was like across the river from the United States Capitol. I was
Yeah.
like, not river, but lake. But stuff like that, I was like,
Yeah,
holy
and then
shit.
the Washington Memorial or the pointy thing
Yeah,
that you always see.
yeah. It's the yeah. Where is that?
Yes.
Yeah, Washington Monument, which is in between them, and I was like, these aren't like part of the same. Like my mind was blown, and then
I've only been to but like the whole I don't know. There's a phrase for it, but like the monument walk. It's not a walk. It's just like all these like statues and monuments and then we went through them really quick. But because like the World War II memorial, the Vietnam War memorial, like all of that. It's like in this like one park that's not sacred, but it's just like it's serious because it's a park, but it's all these memorials, you know.
Yeah, I'm always like, because I mean, most people's histories, especially people who live primarily all their lives in the middle central part of the U.S., like their understanding of the rest of the U.S. is like their movies, and movies lie about architecture a lot. Like they put things next to each other that are remotely nowhere near each other.
It's like, oh, hey, this movie or this TV show is based in San Francisco, but they actually. Yeah, and like so many like movies are filmed in like Vancouver, which is like a generic
small town kind of thing. Ooh.
No, not small town. The Canadian Vancouver.
I just muted you on accident. I didn't know these buttons worked. They've never worked before, and I just hit them right now when I cross my arms. But yeah, there's been a lot of, like... Because we're taught them, I mean, in school, of course. But, like, there's still a disassociation.
You can't teach scale, I think.
Oh, you're too loud. Sure, that should be fine.
I think that's the hard part. You can't teach scale.
Yeah, and I'm much more... I learned better
You can
physically.
understand the concept of scale, but, like, to actually put it into practice, like, no, you can't teach that.
Yeah, because I need to physically be in a place to see how far something is, or understand how far something is and how big something is. So, like, I can guesstimate smaller objects. Like, whenever we're furnishing the room or the house, I'm like, okay, that's about this shape, and this will fit here. If I'm buying online, though, I completely disassociate the size. Now I have to measure. Because, like, I can't tell how big that is because there's no point of reference to it.
Yeah, I am awesome at, since I've moved so many times, and, like, packing it comes easy to me because of practice. But I am excellent at, like, I'm looking at, like, the shape of, like, or space of what's left, and be like, thinking, I had the perfect, like, and coming up the perfect item that'll fit that exactly. Like, yeah, it'll be random, but it'll fit exactly. And then that's why, like, Swanson always has me pack the luggage now. Because, like, I can...
Tetris it up.
I can get we can use the same space, but mine will have so much more shit in it than his, even though it's the exact same size.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty good with, like, compact, there's a word, and I'm losing it. But, like, it's something to do with compact.
I think Swanson's mom always calls it spatial relations, I think.
That too, yeah. You heading to someone else's island? Oh, when you come over, Bernice, please check out all the DIYs that are taking up the path between the museum and the Able store. I moved them because that's where I used to put I put all the pumpkins where the DIYs used to be, the tables and stuff. And now I'm like, oh damn it, like, I don't know where I put all these DIYs, and I didn't want to get rid of them because I feel like, even though most people have a lot of them, I feel like there's still people on my friends list that might need them.
Yeah, I can't throw away even like natural square table.
Yeah. Like a simple DIY thing. Are they just open, or do they have a code? Yeah, it's like, I don't know if she just opened up. Yeah. She says she just opened it now. Oh yeah, we had Gulliver yesterday. I hope we got something nice to finish our little pirate beach.
I don't know how I want to customize this. I know I want to customize it, but with what?
Mm-hmm. So I joined, I think I told you, Nextdoor, which is like a communication app site. Yesterday when the power went out, oh, I don't think I told you that. So at 8:30 in the morning, the power went out in the house. And we heard neighbors chattering outside, so it was clear that it was everybody in this area. It came back on at like 10:15. But then we lost it again at noon, and it came back. Like it was off and on throughout the day, and it could have been the heat finally got to things. But regardless, it usually happens in summer. And so I was on that app, communicating, hey, it's out over here on this street, without like putting in a direct address kind of thing. And other people who are on the same address usually say the same thing. But then, like, most of the time, the conversations on there are like very Karen related. Like one person's like, someone has a really loud car and they keep driving it down this place, like that stuff. And I'm like, I don't care.
That's the right.
This is what we're gonna use this platform for. Most of the time, I use it to see about crimes in the area that the PD hasn't posted up on like Pasadena News and stuff. So, like, oh, they closed off Orange Grove and Lake. Why? Kind of thing. And then we look it up. And they usually don't tell you why. Bless you. At most, they'll give you a... Oh, we closed this place. They just list out why they closed it. Or they just list out, not why they closed it, but that they closed it. And it's going to be closed for their notice. And, like, everyone else is like, well, I saw this happen. And it becomes, like, a cheesemith thing. So it's, like, definitely much more like, ooh, what's going on kind of idea. Without actually going over there.
Yeah, right now in my work group chat, it's on Facebook, so it's there was more positive cases, and right now it's just like, which department, guys?
Where should I be weary?
And then because they're always like, oh, guys, like if you weren't contacted, you weren't in close contact. But it was just like, that doesn't mean that we're not like
weary, yeah.
Or just plain curious or nosy,
well, I mean, what if it... Because the person said they weren't interacting with you doesn't necessarily mean you didn't interact with them. They could have forgotten. Also, it could have been an issue if they went to the same stream and you used the same thing that was close nearby. Like, it's all contact based on... Because it stays on surfaces for so long.
Right, but they're like, okay, we're defining close contact as within 6 feet for 15 minutes.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing for that. And it's just like, I don't know. I hate having placeholders for like furniture in Animal Crossing. Especially if it's just like, it's just a different color that I'm trying to like do.
So a lot of I know I'm going slightly into politics with this, but a lot of Republicans are turning up, or political figures at least, turning up COVID positive, and
Yes.
it has heavily to do with the rallies that have been going on lately, because they basically enforce, or they don't even force masks to be on. They make it seem like a too stupid thing if you do come in a mask, and it's like it was just a recipe for disaster, let's just say. And now all of them are getting sick, and people are like, "Huh, I wonder why." And then obviously one of the bigger ones, because everyone was criticizing the protest that happened last couple months, they're like, "It's also not a super spreader event." The Black Lives Matter protest.
Black Lives Matter. Yeah.
Nobody turned up who was protesting with like a mask and stuff on. Like, everyone had a mask. Even the few that didn't have a mask, they were distanced. Or they had a mask, but they had it, like, slightly off or whatever. But yeah, it's not that you can't be
because
in a crowd.
Black Lives Matter. They don't want to endanger Black lives while they're protesting Black Lives Matter.
But they also want to be like, because everyone's like, "Oh, well, you didn't like our protests. Well, you guys weren't wearing masks when you were complaining about your hair. Like, there's a difference. And you didn't care about, like, your reason for protesting wasn't even a reason. It was just, oh, my inconveniences have been taken, or like, I'm being inconvenienced by not getting my hair done every day, or my nails done, or stuff like that. Like, services that require other people to be put into danger because you want it now."
I have, for Halloween outfits in my store, I have Desert Princess outfit. So
I think I need that one.
Like,
Bernice needs no, she has something in her store that I need.
it's so like conservative Jasmine.
Conservative Jasmine.
Well, because if you think about Princess Jasmine's outfit, it is not that conservative. Alright, so I'm only buying a hat, I guess.
Oh, there's another thread of games coming from, or like, you're 10 out of 10s this generation kind of stuff.
Oh.
I think people give 10 away too easily, though. You can absolutely love something, it doesn't mean it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, okay, one guy puts Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. It's a good game. I enjoy it for what it is. But, like... let me see. What?
One of the villagers is scrapping it.
Wait, do I not have this?
Oh, just back out.
If it hadn't been for that,
Yeah, you'd be gone
I
already.
would have been gone.
Huh. I really don't. Okay.
I like I could buy it for you and you send her the cash later.
Oh, it's a lantern. Okay. So just like, this just looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Or it's like a simple pumpkin.
Like, someone put Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm like, I just don't think Odyssey was any better than Origins. Like, I would still pick Origins up. Granted, I still haven't finished Odyssey, but Odyssey just felt too generic to me.
Yeah, and then you told me that, like, if I were to ever, like, re-pick up Assassin's Creed series to go with Origins, like, how they completely redid the, like, the fighting system and all that, would be, like, and then I do actually have Assassin's Creed Origins, and I haven't played it, but, like, I was a lot more interested, in Odyssey just because of the the time period.
Yeah, which I thought
Not
I was
that I'm
gonna
not interested.
like too.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not interested in what Egyptian.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not, but I'm just like, I took so many art history classes. Like, I have to go with like classical art.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing that was driving me to play it. But then I guess when I jumped in, it just was a lot of more of the same, and it was not at the time at least. And then it played heavily on the boating part of the game, and I'm not huge on that. It's kind of the same reason I didn't finish Black Flag, which is still considered one of the greater ones too. It's just I don't
apparently yeah.
It's not, I don't know. I don't like that part of the game.
To me, it seemed really. I watched a lot of gameplay of Black Flag, and it seemed really repetitive in terms of the naval warfare, to the point where I started making fun of, like, can you imagine? Or because it's the same like celebration scene every time you take over a ship when you win. Like, he puts a hat on like a guy, and the guy next to him is like, "Ah, you did it! You're captain now." And I'm just like Ed. Is it Edward?
Yeah. He was the...
yeah, Edward probably couldn't care less who he names captain, but, you know, he just made that guy's life.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It just seemed like it's very repetitious, too. Because I was trying to 100% it, and I got to a point in one of the missions that is a bitch and a half to get 100% on. Because the amount of things that can go wrong between each of those tasks that I ask you to do is just so apparent that you just can't get to it. And that's kind of where I dropped off on the game, because it became too tedious. But every mission is like that. It's like every mission you do is like, okay, yes, you gotta assassinate these guys, but at the same time, you gotta free these pirates. You gotta make sure you mobilize them over here. Make sure no one dies on those pirates that you were trying to save, because that can happen if you get spotted. And so on and so forth. All these like little things. And then sometimes it's like, oh, don't get caught. And I'm like, motherfucker. At the same time. But it just becomes super unenjoyable, because I do like having those restrictions. I liked it in Assassin's Creed. I think it's because in Assassin's Creed like 2 and Brotherhood and Black Revelations, it had tasks, but they were within realm of the story or character, like sneak by without getting caught, because you're obviously trying to sneak into this area, not because you're an assassin. And
yeah, or
other areas where it's like, oh, make sure you kill 10 of these guys before you run off. Okay, those things. But this one, it was like way too many little minuscule things that can also contradict each other. It started coming in Syndicate too, and I really enjoyed Syndicate. And there's some trophies that I've left that are just tedious ones, like racing around the city in a carriage. I'm like, ugh.
Yes.
It just became, they started adding way too many things, and I love doing those things most of the time.
And it's like, I'm really happy that, like, they want, that, like, trophies and achievements have come around where it forces certain gamers to do things they otherwise would not have in aspects of the game that, like, people worked hard on. But you also got to realize that your audience is not going to be skilled in every single aspect. Like in a GTA game where it's just like, or a game it's like, oh, you gotta get first place in all these races, and then you got like completely different skill set. Over here it's just like, okay, so there's racing, okay, but like now in these gun like shooter parts, like you gotta also win. Like you're not gonna have too many gamers that are skilled in different genres like that.
Yeah.
All playing your game too.
Like, I do like that the game is trying to give us variety for different types of gamers, but at the same time the completion is like, now I gotta be like all sorts of type of people.
That's why I really disliked Brotherhood? Yeah, Brotherhood, where it's just like, okay, so this tomb, like, you can take as long as you want, but the actual memory was 7 minutes. And I was like, I'm gonna take 45 minutes, and you're gonna be happy with this. Like,
I'll, just because I'm a completionist, I will go back and play it in the amount of time, but some of them, I remember being really, like, down to the wire.
I hated some of the tombs, or, was it tombs? Or whatever, in, 2. Especially, there was one that, like, you had to pretty much jump on like swinging logs or some shit. A whole circle just so you can like climb up one thing that you can see from the beginning.
That was like just below you. And like
I just got the mammoth torso. If Diego cares.
No, he just likes the mammoth coming out of the wall, he said. The illusion of it.
Oh, like a bookend?
Yeah.
Does he want the other end of the mammal?
You want the other end of the mammal so you can...
Mammoth, sorry.
You said torso, though.
Oh, yeah.
He only has 2 pieces.
He only has 2 pieces?
I think so. It's just the front and the end.
Well, if you go on the other half, Bernice has it.
Yeah?
So you can put it on the other side of the wall.
Mammoth.
You
can bookend it.
Yeah, just go to your other room. Put it on the other side.
Oh, I thought you meant outside the house.
No. Oh, is that one of the walls on the outside of the house?
Yes.
Still funny, I think.
You could still do it. It just won't be flush against the wall.
Sorry, just let me send her the money so I can
Sure.
get out of the way.
Yeah, just send it in stacks.
Huh?
You'll have to send it in stacks.
Oh, I can't just all at once?
I don't think so.
Let's see.
Because it's in stacks when you have it right now.
I'm really glad I bitched out at 250 bells per turnip. I'm really glad, because I was like, this sounds like it's increasing.
Did it, like, go extremely down?
Yeah, it's at 67 now. But I was just like, I was like, okay, increasing tells me it's gonna keep increasing, right? But I was like, wait, people are always saying, like, I'm gonna peak on, like, Thursday.
And it fluctuates and comes back instead of, or goes closer.
So I was just like, I'm a bitch out now. 250 is fine, and I'd only bought $150,000 in turnips anyway, so it's not. I didn't make a huge investment, but I made like 350,000. So I was like, okay.
So you'll need to send her 1 stack of 99,000. And then 1 other stack of 41,000. So send that one, and then you're gonna have to take out 41 from your cash. Are you like a dead Beethoven? Or like Interview with the Vampire?
Maybe on Halloween.
Wait, let me check this is the back of the mammoth.
To take out 41.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the mammoth butt. Okay. Just wanted to check real quick.
So you could do... Yeah, you could just take out 4 tens, and then 1,000. I think one of my, it's not a pet peeve, it's definitely something unnerving for me, is watching other people do things that I would do differently. And it drives me insane, or I'm like, no, why didn't you just do it this way? Like, it's taking forever.
I do that at work a lot.
I know there's more than one way to do something, but it just, like, my mind is like, this feels like it's taking longer.
It always reminds me of this presentation that I had to do for school. Not that I have presentations. And mine was collaboration, and it was collaboration between some I forget the specifics of it, but pretty much just collaboration, working together. And then I discovered that like everybody, generally they do want to collaborate. Like teamwork makes the dream work. But everyone, when they collaborate, they want to collaborate and have everyone the way they work, because obviously everyone works differently. No, not differently, but everyone works in their own way, and then
at their own pace too. So like whatever makes their streamline.
And people aren't like intentionally being like using a method that they know is bad. Everyone thinks that the way they work is the best way.
Like,
you know,
no one's doing it to piss you
wouldn't
off, necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do things a stupid way. No one is. Everyone thinks the way they do is the best way. Unfortunately, the best way might not actually be the best way, or it's, you know, so, and like, that's why everyone's always like, oh yeah, I'm great at collabing, as long as everyone's working the way you want.
I'm very much, I don't like micromanaging. I don't like it when I'm micromanaged. I don't like micromanaging my team. Whenever I do any kind of management. So, and it's partly because of the reason of everyone knows a streamlined way of doing the work. The only time I would ever intervene is if it's taking way too long. And then I'd be like, hey, how are you doing this? And then I'll give them pointers on how they can do this faster based on their method without trying to make it into my method. But I also try and keep myself open to not everything I do is going to be the best streamlined way to do something either. So how could I make this faster? One thing I've actually accidentally keep putting off, at work they have a new method on how to capture, and I haven't sat down and actually learned it. I've been using the old method, mainly because it's just, I know it, and it's quick. And, I'm like, you know, eventually I have to switch over.
It's the thing, like, you don't want to change, because you know what works for you.
Well, it's also, I don't, like, I'm confident in getting something done in the way that was the old way, whereas the new way, I don't know how long I need to learn it. And I don't want to, like, suddenly start working on it. It's like, oh shit, we need this today? I don't even know how to do it this way yet. Kind of idea, and get stuck in this cycle of trying to get it done on time by trying to.
That happened at work, where they're like, they want us to count chips a specific way, but when some of us have been counting chips for years and stacking them for the camera so the surveillance can look and be like, okay, that's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. To me, I try doing it, but it's because I'm not used to it, I'm slower at it. And when I'm going slower, then I start worrying about, am I counting it wrong? Are there variances now? And so, and then I wanted to revert back to my old way. And then the supervisor was like, you can't, Bernice, like,
what does it matter if you're just
and I was
counting?
like, but, like, I'm faster this way, and I have less variances. Like, it's win-win. And they're like, yeah, but you can't. And I was like, okay, fine. So I sort of kind of came up with a middle ground that works. But, and the stupid thing is, surveillance will be like, especially if it's something super large, they'll be like, wait, how much is that in that stack? And it's just like, why did we stack it up for you if you can't even see, like, vertically how many chips is it? But that is policy, so we do it.
Well, that's a weird one, because, like, is it because they believe their way of counting it is fail-safe, like you cannot fuck up?
No, it's more of the, they wanted everyone to be more, not cohesive, but, like, count the same way.
It doesn't matter if the
but then there's also, like, new surveillance people who aren't used to counting either.
It just seems weird that, like, it's counting. However you get counting done, it's just numbers. So unless you're doing it terribly...
Well, it's just like they want us to, like, for a $25 chips, they want us to do, if there's enough of them, just stack them up so that you have them in things of 100. But if there's a lot of them, you can stack them up to a large thing of $500. But then surveillance will ask you to take apart that stack to make sure it's not like 19 chips versus 20, you know? Because 20 chips of 25 would be 500, but you might have miscounted. And it's just like, but this was passed down from the head of the department, so we can't fight it.
That's such a weird... I don't know, that seems... Like, unless somebody at some point was doing, like, the switcheroo and pocketing money...
It's not that people are doing switcheroos, it's like, we've had, and it happens scarily more often than I would like. Not to me, but, like, a person will overpay someone $400, and obviously the person getting paid is not going to say anything.
Yeah. But then it's a morale
and then
thing.
it's... Yeah.
That's such a weird...
Alright, I changed one thing in my two things in my bathroom, and it looks good.
Did we find out if it matters if more than one person waters pumpkins, like flowers?
I don't know that, actually.
Like you have a better chance at certain hybrids kind of idea?
I don't know, because I haven't looked up, like, it's usually just Instagram or Reddit where I look it up, honestly.
Because I think, it's not like a variations thing on the pumpkins, it's just how many grow in one plot. Because whatever you place down will be whatever the pumpkin is, because we found out that they grow in the same spot every time. Like, every time I have a white, it's always in that white spot kind of thing. So far.
So is it okay? I don't know, it hasn't been 4 days.
We were time traveling a lot.
Has it always taken 4 days to grow something? Yeah, it takes 4 days to grow a tree. It feels longer because I haven't seen them grow.
Yeah.
And I don't know the different stages, even though I know it's 4 days. This is, what, day 3? If you planted them...
The day of, yeah. Because Diego was time traveling earlier, so, like, in days. So it was enough to have things grow out. So we have pumpkins for now.
Cool. Oh, I gotta see who's, like, crafting right now.
I'm just doing ketos daily real quick. And then I'll open my gates as myself. No, I'm not doing it for keto, I'm doing it for me. Oh, I'll go buy this candy.
In Kita's name.
In Kita's name. He's doing it for me. Oh, and you said you had costumes. I wonder if I should go to your place first. You know what? Let's see what turnip prices are. I doubt it's high. Yeah, 146. I think that's the highest maybe of the week.
Alright.
Magazines in the store, Diego, did you see?
Yeah. No, but
I just find it funny because, yeah, we were buying a bunch of magazines for your staff.
Amelia's crafting the spooky candy set.
Ooh. I'll be over in a bit then.
Okay.
Spooky candy set.
Bernice?
That's someone's crafting. Diego wants to go. You've gotten almost all the DIYs so far.
She's like, you might need specific materials, so if you need... Pumpkins can appear in a variety of colors, so if you need a specific one, grow more pumpkins. Like, thanks, okay.
That boggled my mind, because I saw it was craftable. I was like, oh, cool. Or customizable, sorry. And I went to go...
Yeah.
No! Damn it. I just ate the candy.
Damn! Did you back out?
It's because...
Oh, you need candy to make the candies. If that makes sense, but still.
Oh, that's different. It's always been the pumpkins.
It's pumpkins and candy to make the spooky candy set.
Well, I mean, I want to at least craft everything once. And I've been slowly decorating the town hall area. I don't know when it saved. I think it's just before I picked up... I'll find out right now. No, it's because usually to drop an item, I'm used to doing the press... Or maybe it's not drop an item. I think it's whenever I'm in my house, when I'm dropping off items into my storage. You have to go down and then press X kind of thing, or B.
Yes. Or you've placed it, or...
Yeah, so eat is the bottom button on this. So I went into autopilot. Let's see, what did I do last? Okay, it looks like I didn't buy it. That's what I did. Oh. Oh no, actually I know what happened. I didn't get my tree either. It was just before I did all that stuff. That's not bad. That's something I can still do.
I'm really proud that I've never, on New Leaf, I've never had to, like, dashboard. Or not had to dashboard, but I've never dashboard. I've never been yelled at by Rossetti.
Yeah, because I remember you guys telling us that was the thing. Especially, because Helica told me about it on, when she was playing on DS? I don't know which version that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't,
Yeah, he always yelled, "This is the first one to not have him."
I wonder why. I understand because I haven't played any other Animal Crossing but Pocket Camp, so like
Uh huh.
a lot of your guys' complaints have been with things that have been in the series for a while. It's not like something that was recently introduced. And since I've never had that experience, to me it's not like I'm missing anything. It's just something that never happened. And I'm like, well, I mean, based on how I'm playing right now, it's I'm okay with the not getting yelled at for doing shady shit like that. Especially like time traveling probably would have a repercussion.
Oh yeah,
more.
I have changed the date, usually just by a couple hours on the 3DS version, but nothing like severe where I'm like several weeks or several days. I've only ever just changed like the hours.
Cool. My tree's in the same spot. Yeah, what I definitely have to be careful with is like I go into an autopilot of any time I dig a hole, I immediately feel it.
Yes.
And, that's one of my main dashboards is that every time.
For the money tree.
Also, time traveling speeds up when people want to move out.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm like, do I want to do this right now? Do I want to handle this move out situation? Or like try and get Judy or Renee, which are the two I'm aiming for right now. Which are obvious. I have a bad habit of not only picking normal people, but also picking people who do not have amiibo cards. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Could you not? Wait, is Renee new or is she part of like the camping series?
I don't know. I just know because when I went to buy those tarot cards from that lady, I got Marshall and Murphy. And
right.
she's
you bought Murphy?
Yeah, because she said she had a list of who you can't do, and it's everyone I wanted. It was like no Judy's, no Renee's, no Marshall, like people that don't really have cards. Sorry, Marshall was okay. It was Dom. Yeah,
right.
So she's like listing all the ones that don't have cards because she can't make a card if it doesn't have a card. And
okay.
So I was like, okay, so technically, this is not my box. Technically, Murphy, it's fine. He has a card. He's just not an easy to find card, and it was shipped out. So I'm gonna assume that means it's good to go.
You're gonna get Murphy again?
Yeah. Well, now I'm kind of slowly getting attached to Butch.
He's a dog, right?
Only because he's something different, I guess. Because, Murphy was pretty unique because he was the only bear I had.
I do not have that problem. My town is slowly being taken over.
I think I did everything I need to do on this character, so let me switch over. Well, Diego, do you want to go back to your account, grab those things from Bernice, the DIY, and then give it back to me? I'm gonna say that's a yes.
Alright, I'll open up.
Alright. I'm switching over to Diego.
Because one time, when I was 6...
Huh?
This is the face. I'm making the face you made.
Well, I don't know I'm doing that face. You're doing it deliberately.
I was just saying that's the face you made.
You guys just missed my joke.
Yes, I did.
Because I was like, oh, I'll open up. And I was like, one time, when I was 6...
No, because apparently when I'm excited about something but I don't want to show it, I try and push my smile down so it looks like a half smile, half frown. And Gio keeps pointing it out because I don't notice I'm doing it. But I'm like, yeah, sure. But I think it's a childhood trauma thing because I didn't like being excited because I was like, someone would always shoot it down. Like, whether it's my parents or like a friend or someone's like, it's not even that big of a deal, that kind of thing. Like, I can't be excited.
No, you show excitement. That you don't do that, but
okay.
it's
like
that.
when I
just,
asked Swan back in California when I asked Swanson's mom if you could come over, Sasha. I remember it. I was just like, can Sasha come over? And then she's like, yes, sweetie, of course she can. You know you don't have to ask, right? I'm like, What?
Yeah, like I think it's just how we were both raised, just asking for things, like things that seem normal, like friends just coming over. Like you still had to ask for it, which is funny because like when my friends came over when I was a kid, I mean I still had to tell my parents. Like everything was about communication with my family. So like we had to know, they have to know everything that's going on. Oh, you're going over here. How long are you gonna be there? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, of
And
course.
like
It's safety,
yeah,
you know?
but like I think we were railed into it so hard that it was much more surrounded by paranoia versus safety. Because I do think communication is very important, but at the same time, I'm starting to understand the threshold of this is too much information I didn't need to know. I just need to know you got there safe, kind of thing. Because like I'll go into details sometimes, but like because of what my mom would do, it's like, oh, I have to tell her I got there, what time I got there, what if there's any cars parked outside that look suspicious, or what address were we at a certain amount of time. Those kind of like that went into way too many things that we didn't need to know.
Yeah.
And so now it's like,
And
because Diego's like my example, or that's how I learned what was too much, was based on, he's like, why do you need to know? I was like, well, because isn't that normal? Like, don't you need to know?
I mean, I've learned that Swanson, like, people just came over. He didn't have to ask. People just came over, and they constantly came over because he lived so close to all the schools he ever attended, you know?
And he had, like, definitely... I think it's also a combination of, can my parents accommodate for guests, like, for dinner? Because they're like, oh, all 4 of my kids, or, well, all 6 of my kids have decided to have a friend come over, I have to make more dinner, kind of thing, you know?
Yes, that is definitely a and for me growing up it was yeah, I mean it wasn't 6 kids, but it was 4. And then I went to school in Arcadia, but there was a time when I specifically lived in Temple City. And it was middle school for me. And so it was definitely, like, too far to walk and too far to expect anyone else to walk, you know? So, like, so I didn't have a lot of people over.
Yeah. Like, I know, technically, my house is further down from the school, but my house is larger, so it can accommodate more people coming over.
Yeah.
And it was larger because we had more people living in it, not because, like, we had an extravagant house. But, like, my friends at the time, at most, had 1 or 2 siblings. It wasn't very many. Like, I was a large family to most people. And,
yes.
So, like, if my sisters are out with their friends, that's technically 2 rooms we have open, kind of idea. That we can hang out in, or we can watch the TV, or watch a show, because the living room TV is open, kind of idea. So, it was definitely, like, the culture clash of just... Which, I mean, everyone goes through it. Everyone goes through that point in phase where they're like, oh, not everyone does this? Not everyone does it this way? But, it was definitely, I think DA was the bigger one. Like, hugging people, or, like, even touching people in general, was completely foreign to me. I didn't understand.
Yeah,
that
I know my family's not very affectionate.
Yeah, same. Our family is, it's really hard. Like, I think my best example of how hard it is to show, like I can be sympathetic, but not by touch. It's all based on, like, how I'm talking to you. But, like, I've always talked to people over the phone, or, like, in a way that you wouldn't be needing to hug them or touch them anyway. So, one time one of my coworkers had been laid off, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and then I was talking to her, but then it was, like, that awkward, like, well, she's literally hunched over in her table right now, crying, and I don't know what to do other than, like, stand there. And eventually I kind of patted her back with the back of my hand, saying, oh, it's okay. I was like, I know there's something here that you're supposed to do when someone's crying. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like Sheldon in Big Bang Theory, where he's like, they're there?
They're there. Yeah, like, it was basically one of those moments, and I felt bad, but I didn't know what to do, like, and it wasn't, like...
Who's making it?
Murphy just walked over to Diego and then walked away.
See if he remembers you.
Murphy!
Murphy, where?
I'm watching this
Good to
conversation.
see you, kiddo. Oh. The food's high in fiber. Plus, I can see past dawn and nobody bats an eye. I believe that happened in our place, too.
Yeah, nothing special here.
you ever want to shoot the breeze, trot on by. Now part of me doesn't want to make another Murphy, because I want this Murphy to be the same Murphy. He just moved, you know?
You want him to move? I don't know. Can he? He could probably move back.
No, not move back, but like he's the Murphy that we got to meet, and he moved here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to put another Murphy in our town to replace him. Kind of my mind has this like sense of like we're just cloning.
Are you picking up this mammoth torso or not,
Oh, the
Diego?
mammoth torso, babe, is over in the middle.
I should have figured that out.
I put it in. Alright, Alright, Amelia's house. Follow.
He says follow Amelia's house.
Okay.
Oh.
or run into Murphy. We'll walk around. Okay.
Sherry's in the other lane.
I cut you off.
Yeah. Amelia was another one that I saw in the camps. And I was like, oh, maybe, because she's a snooty, right?
Yeah, she's
I
snooty.
was like, I need a snooty, and I'm like, I should stop like nitpicking for now and just get the art like personalities first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I liked how she looked, but yeah, she's an eagle. I think I just want her decor, yeah. That changes a lot for me. Like, as I get somebody, I was like, oh, I like this person. Oh, their house sucks.
Yeah. Totally.
And majority of the normal people have really nice houses.
Yeah, they have normal looking houses. It's not like
Extravagant.
I live
Pietro.
inside a volcano.
Yeah. Or Dom, or freaking Bo.
Kennedy.
Oh yeah, he's gonna bite. That's a wall there. I do the same thing almost all the time.
Why is there a wall?
Guys, I mean, it's implied, right? There's a wall. The wall continues.
Maybe it's the walkway. I think it's the walkway on the floor that makes me think it keeps going. But it goes around the building, not across.
I don't think it goes around.
No, around
I think
the
it just.
small house out there.
Nope, it just stops
Oh,
here.
okay. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's the visual thing. My mind's like, oh.
Well, I mean, because I didn't. Because if I made it turn right here, then it doesn't look like it, goes up to his house. It like it goes past his house. But I guess I could cut it off here.
I do the round corners kind of thing.
I don't have just a simple jack-o'-lantern.
I don't think.
Yeah, it's just a simple jack-o'-lantern in there.
I don't think I have it. Maybe. I don't remember which ones I've gotten. Yeah, there's costumes in there, she said.
Oh.
At this rate, how much time do I have to actually visit your island?
8 minutes.
8 minutes, okay.
Why?
Because she has to go to work, yeah.
Sasha.
I'll just keep it, like, to exact. I don't think I need any of those suits.
Perfect.
Unless you buy it for me, Diego. Oh, those caps are cute. I like the black and gray striped. Because for some reason there isn't a blue one.
What else? Oh shit, I don't have much money. I forgot
I can just go over and get it done.
Okay.
Just buy what you want.
I don't think there was much.
No?
No. Not really. I didn't see anything for boys.
Well, technically you can wear whatever you want.
I mean, like, this... If I wore
Yes.
that...
Sure. But the
The astronaut outfit?
yeah. I think I have a helmet. Might as well get the whole suit. Quit socializing. I got 5 minutes. When you follow, it always looks like you're gonna do something.
Yeah.
And someone
Like how
goes,
she was
You know I can't do anything.
this weekend I want to try and get Enrique's picture done. So lessen my
Yes.
stress. And then I have one other thing
Yeah,
that
I
have to
actually
fix.
went to the craft store on Thursday, and I would normally say I went to Michael's. The nearest Michael's is in Oregon, so it's when I say the craft store,
It's a literal
it's literally a place called Craft Warehouse. Um,
shopping local.
cause yeah, I I don't know. They have like a website. It's probably just like a really lesser known like Michael's, I think.
It might be. I know there are
And
stores.
I got a cutting mat because I'm tired of like cutting on like random pieces of cardboard, and I got a big ass one so I can make like cuts longer than 3 feet if I need to.
Nice.
And also because the cutting mat I own is in California,
Oh yeah.
which makes it hard to cut things.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think the first instance of being, like, you have family members that come over and they'll hug and kiss you, but that's like a family member. I'm used to
Yeah.
that. Like, oh, grandma's over, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's when, I don't know if it was you, Diego, or your mom who did hug me first, and I was like weirded out for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I can save an exit.
Oh, we're bowing to each other. I'm gonna keep doing this until you come over.
I think I'll go run to Amelia first. I don't think I need the. I think I need the Desert Princess one because I think I have the veil. Oh, but I have it in yellow.
So I guess you're getting yellow conservative jasmine.
Conservative. No midriff.
No cleavage.
It's so amazing to me that even like saris usually have the midriff showing,
Yeah.
and like there are still parts of India that are so conservative they would still cover that part up too. But it's such a small part of the like it's not even like belly button. It's like upper torso, but low enough to not like it's like at the base of when the ribs start to turn in,
Yeah.
but not low enough to see a belly button. So it's like it's such a safe space that like I guess if you're completely void of the
Well, I
varieties
mean,
of sexual
then you also
pleasure-
have like the people that like cover up their hair,
yes, which
and
is
I'm
also
just
a modesty thing.
it boggles my mind because it's just like I don't expect hair to be
Sexy. Well,
so
it can.
seductive.
It
Seductive, I guess.
I can see where that comes from, but I feel like when you isolate someone's face, their face becomes so much more pretty. Like,
Also true, yes.
and especially with the world of makeup in mind, it can even be prettier. Alright, come on over. Move, grasshopper. I'll talk to you guys all later. I wonder who's building at my house right now, or who crafting.
Do you want a little sandwich?
I'll probably just eat the bread by itself. I'd strive in Renaissance times. I could live off of salt, bread, and cheese. Well, I wouldn't probably through the plague, but
Salt, bread, and cheese.
yeah, they'd like salt bread as well. Like I'm like, I mean, I've before with like sourdough.
Isn't it pretzels?
Yeah, that too. Well, it's because I don't know why it was a thing, but like salt and bread was like a form of a gift to your guest. I know
Oh
Game
yeah,
of Thrones
that's
played with it a
on
lot.
Game of Thrones. Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's just like your guest. This is how like I'm acknowledging that you are a guest. I'm providing the most basic of foods:
Yeah.
salt and bread.
Well, I guess it's because it's still a harvest thing. Those things are very huge to Diego left the refrigerator door open because like I just got the notification on my TV. Door open, please close the refrigerator door.
It's only asking for your help, guys.
I'm here to help you.
Help me help you.
There was I changed my hairstyle. So I've been playing with the hairstyles based on what I'm wearing on my head because I like the one with the high bun if I'm not using my hair down version.
Yes. I hate the, like, and in real life, not that I do much to my hair in real life, like putting it up or anything, but I don't like that, like, all the hair is just wrapped up in that, like, a hat, and it's just like, what is the point?
Like, the closest one to make the beanies look good is any hair down version. And then certain hats, like the little beret looking cap. That one I found, I think Swanson was wearing that hairstyle when he was a chick. For a while.
Oh yeah, he had, like, the little tendrils on the side.
Yeah, and it's a low ponytail versus a high. So it looks
Yeah,
pretty decent.
and then... What, like, the bangs, like...
Uh-huh.
And I, like... It's like, oh, we have, like, at least 2 versions of ponytails, but what about pigtails? Nothing? Okay, just one?
What I do find funny is, I can see both my eyebrows now. It's weird. I'm not used to seeing both my eyebrows. And I tried to coordinate color-wise. Do I have that one? I think I do. That's not it.
I just got this one, confident. Oh, Murphy's next to you too.
He just wants to say hi. What's the bowing one? Oh, apologetic.
Yes.
You're not even there anymore.
Did you?
Wait. I didn't know you visited Toucher. Same information. Yeah, so far it's been the same. I didn't know they can remember you, and it makes me a little happy. Murphy's photo has chubby cheeks.
Yeah, and it's weird. I'm like looking at like Maple or Cherry and Pico. I'm like, it doesn't. Their cheeks don't look as chubby. It's like, why is Murphy chubby?
I wonder if it has to do with they're trying to get that angle because he always has his head slightly up. Yes, I know you're Amelia. I actually don't. I guess I've never talked to you. Yes, I gotta know. Just give it to me. Please teach me.
Alright.
There we go.
I did redo 2 rooms of my house, but it will, if we do a tour, it's just gonna be those 2 rooms. It's gonna be like 2 seconds long.
Yeah. Because we have to do, we definitely have to do group tours again. Because I've changed enough on the island, like mainly decoration, than it is structure.
Yeah, definitely decoration more than structure. The only thing I've changed, maybe structure-wise, was I moved my like little campfire place because that became the pumpkin garden.
Yeah. I do want to kind of do some elaborate like hills and stuff, but I don't want to rely on like the ladder to get to places.
Yeah, the only place I need a ladder for is Red, and he barely comes as it is. So I think I'm confident that
He's been nothing but a jerk to me, and giving me terrible repeats and a lot of fakes. And I time travel a couple times, and it's still like maybe 1 new item. And I think it's because I'm getting low on the list, but still. I have remotely no statues, though.
I have the informative statue, the Rosetta Stone.
Oh yeah. That one that's one of the first ones I think I got.
Murphy, you are everywhere today.
Did I get the yellow because I have the yellow veil? Because the ones that are hard to get, you get from Gulliver.
Yeah, you cannot choose, I think.
Okay. Once I finish buying this, are we rushing for you to come over? Or are we just gonna head out?
You can head over to my house.
Okay. Oh, apparently I had to buy $5,000 worth of stuff for a daily.
Cool.
Okay.
I just had the feeling that like I'm the reclusive billionaire on this island, because my house is separated my mansion is separated from where everyone else lives.
Yeah, I got a fucking runway to my house.
I'm the only person with a beachfront property. Literally, beachfront. I do not have a front yard, but I do have a backyard. It's got a swimming pool.
Yeah, because I think you've seen, obviously, both of our islands have our citizens' islands, like our houses stacked or
Yes,
very
gridded.
neighborhood-like. So they don't have a lot of space for personal effects. Okay, I'm going down to your house, which I think there was an easier way, but I'm going one of the ways.
I have a package from Amazon now.
Hurry before the porch snipers or porch pirates.
I can't get into my house yet. There we go.
Nice. I see.
So the two would be the bedroom in the back and the upstairs loft.
Okay, bedroom in the back. Oh, you just went through all your furniture. Ah, cute. Oh, I like the decorations with their shoes.
Yes. I especially like, my favorite part is the bench at the bottom of the bed.
Yeah. I wish we can get chests, like the... I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
Like memory
Yeah,
chests.
instead of just like big old wardrobes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming upstairs. Nice. Oh, I didn't mean to sit down on the chair, but I am. Oh, I like how snug those chairs, the sofas fit with the L-shaped table.
Yeah, the lecture hall table? Yeah, no, I experimented and I went to Harv's Island and just kept putting down tables until I got one that like looks like it could be continuous.
Yeah, I've seen people use this for dining room tables too. The lecture hall table.
There's no dining. It's a little bit awkward right now because it's like the TV is here. So
Oh, it's a loft. So it makes sense. You probably end up watching stuff while you eat anyway.
Yeah, or cook. And this is like your entertainment area, and then living area over here.
Yeah.
But I want these couches in black. I know they come in black, but I don't have a single piece in black.
Oh, do I? The sofa, right?
Box sofa, yeah.
I know we have pink, obviously, because of the...
I have yellow and turquoise and one piece in pink.
I have white. Oh, I do have a black, the singlet one. The box sofa, but not the corner.
Not the corner? Okay.
So I have the box sofa in black. Oops. And blue, obviously. Black, but the corner I have white.
Alright. If you can send me a singlet in black.
Oh yeah, I can't do that while I'm at some places. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I completely redid it up here.
It looks nice. Comes with mom's love.
It does, it does.
So this is like your guest room, so to speak. You would say. That's nice because you can totally Airbnb that.
Yeah, no,
this
is going to be like if I can rent it out. Tropical vacation to pay off my house, and you don't even have to like come downstairs because you have bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, entertainment,
It's almost like a little apartment.
Yeah, studio, like loft. And I guess you can go to the library in the basement, the murder basement, but, whatever. You don't have to.
I keep trying to replace murder with something that would relate to knowledge. I was like,
murder basement!
No. Don't murder brain cells.
Yeah, nothing changed on here, but yeah, this is... And then the one purple mum I accidentally plucked, but I can't bring it to myself to sell it or something.
Yeah. God, I really do that. Most of the time I leave them in my storage, or my house storage, so I can wear them later if I have an outfit. But definitely. Did you want to run to my island to get anything, or?
I don't think I can. I got like 20 minutes to get ready.
Okay. We'll go ahead and head out. I'll do a fast exit. I think it should be safe. Return to my island.
Yeah, no, but I thought this was so cute.
Yeah,
The custom design for Amazon.
It's very cute. I get too many packages, and I still fear the day that eventually the Porch Pirates will come out. I think I grabbed mine fast enough. I get the
Swanson is honestly like, he's like, "Are you quarantine shopping over there?" I'm like, "Yes, maybe." Yes.
You know it. My hobby so far in the last 3 weeks has been building furniture. I'll take a picture of the new desk and stuff over here, like I was telling you about.
I have my bookshelf over here, where my beanbag chair is. And I got the wallpaper I wanted from Amazon.
Nice.
To like sort of kind of line the shelf and to, you know, personalize it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I told Swanson's mom about it. She's like, "Is it sharks?" I was like, "No, actually, it's not sharks." And then she's like, "Why do you want to line it?" And I'm like, "Is it bad?" I was like, "No, I just wanted to like, you know, zhuzh it up and make it mine." And then apparently she's never heard of peel and stick wallpaper.
Oh, really?
When she did wallpaper, you actually had like to use the glue and everything. I'm like, no, wallpaper technology has improved.
It's been fine, just like car colors. They just stick them on now. But alright, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a little shorter stream, but there's a lot less to do. It's more menial tasks. We will be back next week, Thursday, with Borderlands again. We're starting one of the 2 new DLCs that we have left. And
it'll be slightly Halloween because of the stupid bloody haunt again.
The freaking pumpkins and ghosts. The freeze bombs. We're gonna have to change our mayhem. But
we're gonna have to re-roll.
Yeah. But alright, guys. Good day. Have a great weekend, and you have a great week, Bernice.
I do. I tries.
Bye.